seems like every time I walk down these stairs, it means I've got some sort of project to do down here. What am I going to work on today? Oh, what is this? Oh, that's something Mommy ended up getting. See this? You can do a headstand upside down by using this little thing. I had to put it together for the other day, the original feet up trainer, and they give you all these different exercises you can do with this little machine. That's not what we're talking about today. What are we, I don't even know why I showed that. What are we talking about today? Well, here's something we're not going to work on today. And you know, Mommy gave me a deadline of about another week to do these stairs out here. And I've been working on these stairs, and if you've been watching these videos, you've been seeing the different things that have been going on with this staircase, and I'm going to have to get back to that. She's given me a reprieve on this project because of something else that's going on in the house, and believe it or not, I'd rather be working on these stairs. Now, it's something that I've not had to deal with before over here, and I'm going to show you that today, and that's what our project's going to be. Something that's going on in the bathroom. Yeah, we've got a couple bathrooms down here, and my brother and his wife were here yesterday, and we had a nice little time while they were here. And before they went to bed last night, we'll get that shut off. Before they went to bed last night, there was stuff on the floor down here, and she came up and said, "Oh, hey, there might be something going on down here by the toilet." I came down here, and there was some rat poop over here, and there was some green stuff all over the place, and I said, "Oh man, I think I know what's going on." And here we have an exhaust fan up here. And when we moved in, I saw some stuff that was down here before. It was all over the toilet. And I ended up having to get up there, and there were some leaves up in there. And I think I can see something right up in there. See, right there. And I think a rat had been up in the ceiling making a nest somewhere close to the exhaust fan. And we ended up catching a rat up kind of close to this area, because in this we've got a little utility room here, and see that it's where the water heater is. There's a water heater over there, and then there's a heating unit here. And you see, here's one here too. And there's a place here to go up underneath the house, up in here. And if you go across this way, the bathroom's right next door to it, see? And where the exhaust fan is, it's up through there. And I think we caught a rat up in here before, and I thought, okay, that's been resolved. We haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. I've done some work in this bathroom before, didn't see anything. And now all of a sudden it's back. And here, we'll turn this on. And hear that? It's just the exhaust fan buzzing. It's not even going around at all. The fan should be going on loud. Well, you know, like an exhaust fan does. So I'm going to have to get up there and pull the stuff down. That's going to be part of the project. And I'm going to have to figure out how to get up in there. This is, this is going to be, who knows how many different videos I'm going to make of this. And I'll end up making a video series of it. But we got the one exhaust fan over there. And I was looking at this other bathroom. See, there's another bathroom in here. And here's another exhaust fan. And the other day, I saw a couple things down here on the floor. See that? I didn't tell Mommy about this before my brother and his wife came, but you see, this stuff is little pieces of rat poop that had dropped from the ceiling. I should have wiped those out before they got here, but I figured they weren't going to use this bathroom. See, that's how a ceiling fan should work. But did you hear that noise when it first came on? Tells me there's probably a little nest or something up there from years ago that they camped out there and brought some stuff in, the rats and stuff. And I'm probably going to end up having to pull this down too and seeing what's going on. But the funny thing is, there shouldn't be anything dropping out of an exhaust fan. When you take an exhaust fan apart, there's a housing in there, and it's all self-absorbed, or there's just a container in there that's all closed off, and then there's a hole at one end where the exhaust flexible pipe hooks onto it. So there should be no way I should be seeing any rat poop coming out of there, or any leaves or anything like that. And so that tells me there's the exhaust vent pipe that's hooked onto here might be loose. We'll have to check on that later. It might be loose, and somehow they're getting in through that and building something to where leaves are dropping inside of there. Let's see here. This is the one you can't hear the fan going on. It's just buzzing. If I were to leave that on all day, it'd probably trip the breaker or would heat up the motor up there, because the fan's not turning. It's wanting to turn, but it's not, so it would heat up, and it could short circuit and maybe even burn the fan out. So if you ever have an issue like that, you gotta be careful with that. So I'm gonna have to do some checking. And one thing I've noticed here, see how the ceiling here, the ceiling there is about 8 feet. It's just above the door. See, in here, we got the ceiling just above the door. Out here, we've got a space there. Okay, there's about 2 feet there. And I'm hoping to be able to access this ceiling somehow by going through there, cutting some plywood, and trying to reach in there. Now, I'm glad to see when I get in there, I can measure over, and where that exhaust fan is, it's fairly close to this wall. The back side of that wall has plywood on it, so I'm hoping to just be able to cut that out. And then I'm going to have to measure over from there. It's not that far to where this exhaust fan is here, okay, in this bathroom. So I'm formulating my game plan right now as I'm talking to you, okay? And I want you to, anytime I make a video, I want you to think, okay, how can this apply to me on a certain project, whatever. Go through the thought process. So I know this one is about, 2 feet, 2.5 feet, 3 feet to this wall, and then from there to the other one is about 3 feet or so. You see, we come over here. So we got 3 feet off of that wall. And see, that wall is this wall that we saw. So then from here over is about the same distance, 2.5 feet or so from there. So once I get to this one, I know that one over there is about 5 feet to 6 feet from this location that way. And I'm hoping to be able to access both of those areas from through here, because I know I can crawl through that way, and I think that's how I'm going to be able to do it. But if I wasn't able to do that, I'm looking up here and I see that the ceiling is there. And usually in any ceiling area, there should be a crawl space in there. Now granted, that crawl space is pretty low, and I've noticed, we've lived here now for about a year, and I've never really accessed this area. See over here in this area, see how we got about the same distance here? How this ceiling right in here is about the same height as the bathroom ceilings. And see, look at this, there's a crawl hole right here. Now I've never lifted up that crawl hole door to see what's inside of here and see how far it goes. Now I'm thinking, I thought this crawl area was just for this section of ceiling right in here, and really they had to put a crawl hole in there. It must have been per the inspection, per the codes or whatever, okay, to gain access in there. And I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking maybe I can access, get through there, crawl if I had to, through on the back side of that, because you see, here's a utility room here. See how this ceiling is low too? Okay, so I might be able to crawl across and gain access into the bathrooms from that crawl hole. I don't know why they put the crawl hole out there. You know, in the main room, usually they put a crawl hole inside. I mean, I've even seen them in bathrooms before, but like in this storage room, that's where I would have put the crawl hole, right there. Why would they? Why on earth would you want a crawl hole out here? You know what I mean? But this is where they did it.